Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and you are watching the Daily Scan for Friday, January 9th, 2015. Almost said 14. It is 2015. Okay, from yesterday, jobless claims, a little bit higher than expected, but nothing shocking. And for today, we have the employment situation. Jumping over to Market Watch, they say that's the biggie for today. Job report preview. It's all about wage growth, which I don't believe wages are growing. So I was listening to an argument yesterday on talk radio, or a discussion, I guess you could say, about the minimum wage and about how it needs to be raised. And the discussion was around whether there was some sort of what the economic impact might be. Well, you know, if you raise the minimum wage, then that means that people that are already, let's say it's $8 an hour, just for discussion's sake, and they raise the minimum wage to $10 an hour. Well, that's a 20% increase, which is a nice increase. But what about the person that's been there for a year, and they're about ready to get $10 an hour, and he sees somebody new coming through the door, and they're going to get $10 an hour, and he's still not, or he or she. So what do? Do you raise them 20% too? And do you raise the next pay level 20%? And does everybody get a 20% raise? 20%'s a lot. I mean, it's really a lot. And granted, you know, I admit that $8 an hour is a hard thing to live on. But in many cases, not all, but in many cases, it's entry level. It might be somebody just out of high school, or actually in high school, or somebody that maybe just is entering into the job force without any skills. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's a lot of reasons for a minimum wage, and there's a lot of reasons to keep it attractive. It shouldn't be attractive. I mean, if you need a job, if you need money, you need a job, and you do what you need to do. I think basically is what it comes down to for me. I mean, that's the way I started out. You know, worked my way. There was no minimum when I started, actually. I think that I was barely earning enough to buy a movie theater ticket at the end of the week. Anyway, and I worked at a theater. I was just kidding. Anyway, let's move on. Let's take a look at the futures. Let's take a look across the pond. Asia is pretty much bullish across the board. In Europe, pretty bearish. And that is what I am looking for today. So let's take a peek at the futures here in the U.S. Looks like a little bit of a gap down for our open. Not too bad right now, but could get worse or it could get better. So here's what I have to say about the market. You may have heard me say this before. Prices will go up, prices will stay the same, or prices will move down. Those are the three things that could happen in the market. All right, gold up $3. We'll take a look at maybe rolling that covered call again. Oil is $48.70, which is not all that much movement. The dollar is up 21 cents, which is kind of a big move, and we're down to $1.18 here on the euro dollar pair, and looking to maybe dip below $1.18 in the near future, like another day or so, possibly, the way that it's heading right now. And here's positions from yesterday. Netflix have been in that one a while. It took a big hit yesterday in the bullish market. And these are all, of course, only one is positive delta, and that's cost call. The rest are negative delta, so this is a bull put, and the rest of these are bear calls. We have ABX here, and then there's gold. All right, so let's swing right over to the A+ list and get going on that so we don't run over like we did yesterday. And I think I marked the charts on all of these, I do believe. All right, so Apple here, guess what? We got a setup on Apple. If we are going to go with a bear call. But when I say me, when I say we, I don't necessarily mean me, because I don't like to trade on Fridays because I don't like to open a new position and then fret about it over the weekend. I like to sort of be clean and unburdened over the weekend, I guess you might say. ABX, we won't look at that. Amazon, moving into setup territory in Amazon. Boy, it's really fighting. It's fighting. I'm calling this a setup on Amazon too at this point, because it's just not. Did not have a good day yesterday. Was really confused at the open. Big pullback as everything else was going up. It finally decided to participate and then gave up in the afternoon. So I'm going to call this a setup. And you can decide, if you want to do it 20, 30, 40, or 50 delta on this, if we get a hook down. Alrighty, Boeing. Is Boeing giving us a direction yet? Had a big participant in the bullish move over the last couple of days. Still not giving me a direction though. It's just too much. Looks like a sine wave. Looks like a 60 cycle oscilloscope. I probably might be dating myself. I don't know if anybody uses oscilloscopes anymore. I'm sure they do. Okay, here we have a beautiful picture, beautiful setup here on Alibaba for a bear call. This is sweet. I really like this. This is so sweet, I might even hold this into the weekend if it gives me the sign today. What do you think? Could actually do like maybe a 30 or a 40 delta for today and just let it hopefully expire out of the money. What can we get out of one? Let me just take a peek here. We were to do, say like at $1.05, and then this probably would move below that. So what are we given here? 38 cents. Here's another way you can look at this quick if you don't want to do that. Let's just take these two and look at the difference. Because you would be buying this. Well, actually, I think it would go this way? You're selling. There's not too much of a spread here, only 2 cents. So I could just take these, if you're good enough to do math in your head, as quickly as I can right click and do that. Anyway, it could be a trade just for today. $38. If it expires out of the money, you don't have to close it out, so you can save transaction costs. So you'd collect, in theory, at this time, 38 cents plus, for me, $2.50 in transaction costs. That would be a good trade. Let's take a look at BIDU. BIDU also is setting up. Alright, Chipotle. Are we in Chipotle? No, we are not. Okay. Wow, big pop on Chipotle. I could see why I would not be in Chipotle, actually, to tell you the truth. Might have missed out on this one yesterday. I did do Costco, but I didn't do Chipotle. Did I get an alert on Chipotle? Did I have an alert? I did not have an alert. I should have had an alert on Chipotle yesterday. Will it tell me here? No, I don't see any not enough history there. They erase it overnight. No, it's too late on that one. I don't want to chase that one. I'm in enough trouble here the way that it is. Here's Costco. Here's my short strike. It actually was right at the peak yesterday, right at its high point that I jumped in. Then it just didn't do anything. And that's a little bit disconcerting. Take a look at the Dow just for our reference. It's almost back up to its high. It looks like it may struggle there today. A peek at gold here. Still have my alert sitting here. Let's take a look at the roll. It's looking at 67 cents right now. Let's see. Buy back this 119.50 and roll it up to 21. That's 67 cents. I might want to do that today. So I make a note to remind myself. A peek at how much it costs to buy that call back. It's not even on here. I need to go up more. Is that enough? There we go. All right. 25 cents. I think I collected 52, so it's going to cost me 27 to buy it back. I would have made something on that, and then to do the February, and we're looking at 121, and that's at 92 cents right now. So that could be that might be a pretty good move, actually. 121. Why am I getting 67 here? It probably needs to be fixed. We'll see what this looks like later on this morning, but that's a possibility there. Let's take a look at Google, which I jumped into early yesterday as well, and I actually ended up running positive. It's got a long way to go here, so we'll see how this one works out. This particular trade, short at $4.95, collected $2.05 on that. And we'll take a look at the Analyze tab, risk profile here. We're about at max loss there. And just need it to move. Just a lousy little, here? It's currently at, I can't even read that, about 506, and I need it to move to 494. Can it move 10 bucks? Yeah, I think I could move 10 bucks. Will it move 10 bucks? It'll either go up, stay the same, or go down. Okay, LinkedIn. Not sure what's going on there. If anything, it may be in a bit of an uptrend, but I can't see any trend here on the daily. MNX, just seeing a bunch of squiggly lines there. NDX, same thing, bunch of squiggly lines. Netflix, we're in Netflix, looking for a little bit of a help here, moving down. I have an order sitting out here, waiting for it to come down and do its thing. And it might still do that today. It doesn't really need to move that much. Take a look at it on the Analyze tab. Just a couple of dollars here from 334. Man, my eyes are getting bad. To 328. Yeah, a little bit of a move there. OEX. Trying to figure that one out too. Priceline. Okay, Priceline, it's trying to set up here. We took a chance. doing something a little bit early. Kind of a big chance here. And we may end up losing on that one. Priceline collected $2.60, so that's a 1-to-1 risk reward. Risking $2.40 to make $2.60. I don't know if we're going to get the move here or not. We may end up getting slapped upside the head pretty good today. Russell, I was looking at doing something on that yesterday and passed. And that would have been on the bear call side, and it's a good thing didn't do that. Right? We did not do that. We were looking to do a bull put. Why am I looking at a bear call here? I don't know. Why am I? I don't know. That must have been from before. If we look at the chart here, yeah, I could have gotten in on this one. Did I have an order in on this and I couldn't get it to execute? No, I don't think I bothered. I just stuck with the SPX yesterday, and it had a really nice move. I put a limit order in for a 70-cent profit, and it worked out. So, we can look at it up here. Where is Google Priceline? SPX. Here we go. SPX. We sold this for a $1.10 and bought it back for 50. So I got 60 cents on that one. I actually have to point this out here. Here, I need to take a look at this and find out what's going on. Here at 9:38:38, it says that I sold this vertical for $1.20. Down here it says it was filled at $1.10. Now I don't remember what my limit price was. Is it saying that it was filled and that this is the order was $1.10 and I actually got $1.20 for it? I don't know. There's another place I can look at this. I'm assuming it's $1.20 because it told me that on the profit for the day it said $70. So I have to take a look at that. Be careful about that. I think this is just explaining what the order was, and this is saying that this is the actual sell price. And then here it is down here, 50 cents. So I actually made 70 cents on that particular trade in the course of this was 11:05, so hour and a half. That's not bad. That's better than minimum wage. All right, Tesla. Don't know what's going on there, and Visa was on our list for yesterday. The alert went off. There's just too much going on, so I said after the last, when I got down to Visa, I said that's enough for today. And that was enough for today. That would have been a good bet, though. At that time in the morning, we'd actually have a winning trade. That's the story of my life, you know. Okay, so it was a busy morning yesterday. I have a few things to clean up today, and hopefully we get some movement in the right direction on some of these. So maybe I can get out for a little bit less than max loss. We'll find out. They all expire today, so I need to do something. I cannot let them go in the money like that. So that's it for today. It's Friday. So have a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching, and happy trading.